Brad Zimmerman with Domain Select Wine Estates. I'm the Director of Education. I'm here with Hans Czerny of Wimmer Czerny Winery, located in the Wagram, which is just west of Vienna. And we're here today to discuss part of the Wagram, but also introduce some of the practices of farming that Hans works with in the vineyard, mainly biodynamic farming, and as a Demeter certification that he focuses on. We'd like to discuss firstly what the Wagram represents to you and how it differs from some of the areas and surrounding villages.
The Wagram region is a region along the Danube on the northern bank and has a wine tradition since the 12th century. And we have very deep loess soils, which is very rich for the wines, and we can work without irrigations, and it's perfect also for organic wine. And Grüne Veltliner is our main grape, but the Red Veltliner grape is one grape which is very unique in our region, which is only in Wagram perfect.
Hans, could you quickly just discuss the history of the Wagram and briefly what it means, how it is different from some of the neighboring villages in Austria?
We started with organic wine because we wanted to develop our wine quality further, and we didn't want to have anything in the wine which must not be inside. And we saw a way to work more with the soil, to bring green seeds inside of the soil, to get something flowering, to bring roots in the soil, to hold the water, the rain back, and to feed the life in the soil. And if you have more life in the soil, the roots go deeper. And we found out that with biodynamics, you have the way to make more and develop further. So we use horn manure for stimulate the soil. It's like homeopathic for plants. The same way is horn silicate to initiate the ripeness and to substitute it. And our customer says our wine developed more fruit, maybe more ripeness, and to get not so high with the alcohol. And we feel it's really a very good way. And we went to the group of Demeter because it's a group with very strict control. We do every certification, and we made cellar rules, and the most important thing is maybe to use only your own yeast.
So expanding on biodynamics in the cellar and in your field, what are you doing specifically that may be in line with the normal Demeter practices of organics and biodynamics, and how specifically are you working with these elements?
Yes, we are steering some preparates. Biodynamic is this word, and bring out homeopathic. We spray it out on the soil, like horsetail on the plants, and we develop our own yeast. We try to feed the yeast to hold it on flowering plants, and bushes and trees are very important, and not only the wine rows, also the borderlines, and to make a normal, natural way, not monoculture. Maybe it's also very important in the cellar to think about to be very minimalistic. We use our own yeast, and this yeast is very good to stay long in the wine, and we try not to filter. We change the casks sometimes at the right moment, but we wait for settlement, and too much filtering is not good for the wine. But if you have a long contact with this yeast, the wine gets richer, and you can find many examples, and you can be very creative. You can make teas from herbs, and there's not only one way. Every winery can find a different way for him.
Hans, you're very focused on organic and biodynamic farming in particular. Could you discuss how your focus on biodynamic farming differs from other people that work with this practice, and what the Demeter certification means to you and the wines?
Yes, we felt we get more ripeness inside of the wines, and we could feel more the grape in the nose and on the tongue. And with ripeness, you have not so hard acidity, the wines are not so sharp. And if you have a good ripeness during harvest, you must not wait so long and the sugar gets not so high, so you have not so high alcohol contents. And so the wine is very good to combine with food because it's not so strong and so hard, and it's a good harmony.
So biodynamics and organics has an impact on your life in many different ways. Is there something you can talk about in terms of the culture surrounding biodynamics, how it impacts food, the cuisine of your area, and specifically your family and other elements of your life?
When we started with biodynamics, we found in a group of Demeter a lot of very good people working with agriculture products, and we found out that we love to eat these products. So the biggest change was for us in our refrigerator, because organic food is a very good quality, and my family, my children, they enjoyed it very much. This food we don't want to go back. And with this networking in this Demeter group, we find ways to work with our fields. As we make corn, we deliver it to a friend. He makes rice from it. Another one works with pigs who smokes it for us, and we feed our animals with our own corn. And with the help of our friends, we can make it. So wine is our main, but wine needs good food, and we try to develop and to bring more diversity of good food in our region Wagram, and we are in a really good way, and the people like to taste it together with our wines.
So moving forward with Austria and with biodynamics in the Wagram, how do you see the future developing for these wines?
Yes, the future of organic farming at Wagram region, we raised really our qualities of the wines, and the people know something about Wagram. It gets more and more famous, and many wines get awards, and magazines write about it, and we were really successful in the last years. But I hope that the people should not forget that we should make wine not too industrial. And when I began with organic and biodynamic, I found it's a very important step back. And more wine producers in Austria also recognized that you can make very individual and very good wines, and you can develop and raise your quality maybe. And so my hope for the future is that more and more wine producers can see that this is a good way for the future. And if you begin with this way of farming, you don't want to go back, because it's really a very good way, and the consumers love it.
Hans, I'd like to go ahead and thank you for your time today and your inspiring message on organic and biodynamic viticulture. I think certainly something we're going to continue to see in the future with not only wine and its production, but also with produce in general. In addition, I think we've got some good information on the Wagram, and hopefully we'll have some people more inspired to try a glass of Gunnar or a Roter Veltliner out of the Wagram in the future.